Hello students. Till date we have learned about the vectors. Now we'll discuss the coordinate systems. So one coordinate system already you know, that Cartesian coordinate system, and in that already you have done a lot of work. But today our discussion will be on cylindrical and spherical coordinates. I think this is the first time you will be facing this problem. So how you can visualize the things in the cylindrical and spherical coordinate, that will be you can say a very interesting part if we go along with this. Okay, so try to understand and try to have a good look into what are the topics and what are the um, formulas we are actually finding out. So I'll request you to start with this cylindrical and spherical coordinates and how these are required and how these are implemented. Myself, Dr. Pradeep Sharma from University of Engineering and Management, Jaipur. So the objective of the talk will be to discuss the cylindrical and spherical coordinates. So you can understand that we have to see where we can actually use all these things. So you can understand that this aspect over here, the dome is there, and you can say that it's a kind of spherical structure, the half spherical structure, or you can say this house, and it's a kind of, you can say, it's a cylindrical structure if you go by. Okay, this building is basically a parking lot, I hope, and it's a kind of spherical structure. Again, this oil storage unit. See this structure. So there are many structures. So it's a completely spherical structure. Okay. So if we go by the cylindrical coordinates, how it can be recorded. So in Cartesian coordinates, if you can say x, y, z is the coordinates, then r, phi, z will be the cylindrical coordinates. So we'll try to design this on the plane. So if I take a point somewhere, and from axis, suppose the angle I take phi, the rotation, and the distance from you can say the origin up to that point is r. Okay, so you can understand that the first coordinate in cylindrical is the distance from the center up to that point. The second coordinate phi is the angle from a particular axis up to that point. That position vector of r is rotating. So we can draw a circle rotating with the radius r in this plane. So we got r phi. Now we have to just add the third coordinate, which is z, which will be the height of this. I can say we can say the height of this arrangement. So if we place it downwards, so this will be the height, and again the circular arrangement we are creating as we have done in the base of this structure. So if we see that there is an arm of length r which is rotating, okay, and creating this cylinder. So this way we have three parameters, r, phi, and z. Okay. So if we take the value of Cartesian coordinate value, cylindrical to rectangular, if you want to convert, then this x value is basically r cos phi. Okay. Y value is r sin phi, and z is z, because there is no change in the height, so z will be z. But if we convert to rectangular to cylindrical, then we can easily get that x square and y square will give you r square, and tan phi will be y by x, and z is equal to the height. Now, integration elements rectangular coordinates, we can say that if where function is there and there are delta x, delta y, delta z part is there with a small, you can say, increments in every direction. So we can easily find out these del r, del phi and del z also in cylindrical. So whenever we are going to find out in the cylindrical part, like we are having this r as a position, phi and z. So we can create another cylinder outside this with the radius of r plus delta r, where this delta r is the increment in the you can say this side, in this side, okay, in the radius side. So if we are having this, so we can create a cylinder of you can say a cylindrical shell of you can say inner radius r and outer radius r plus delta r, and inside that there is a rotation. If we rotate the element from phi to delta phi, so then the delta phi is the incremental value. So we can have a wedge type of structure like this, creating from the rotation of the plane from one point to another, and that one point is at certain angle phi and the another angle at certain angle phi plus delta phi. So and this is the you can say the increased element at that particular site. And if we increase the third coordinate delta z, so you can understand that this delta z will create an element of this shape, where this internal side and the external side are curved, okay, curves, and this side which is related to delta z is a straight line. So this type of structure will be there. So we can have the surfaces like the inner surface and the outer surface are curves. And what is the you can say uh, uh, a small volume of this little solid will be rdr d phi. So we can multiply this. Okay. So if we integrate it, the complete volume set, so it will be triple integration f r phi z r dr d phi dz. So this way we can find the value. So use of cylindrical coordinates in triple integration, if we see that f of x y z dx dy z will be converted to again a triple integral f of r cos phi, r sin phi and z, and the Jacobian of dr d phi dz, and x is r cos phi here, so we can put dx del x by del r cos phi, del x by del phi minus r sin phi, del x by del z is 0, y is equal to r sin phi del y by del r sin phi, del y by del phi is equal to r cos phi, and del y by del z is 0, z by z. So it will give you these values. So if we put in the Jacobian function, then we will get the resultant as r. Okay. So this fxyz dx dy dz will be equal to this integration in cylindrical f r cos phi, r sin phi, z r dr d phi dz. Okay. So this Jacobian value is equal to r. Now, if we can find the one example to how to solve the cylindrical coordinate system, so we can take a small example. Triple integration x square plus y square dx dy dz. Why we have to find the value of this? Okay. So over the region bounded by the paraboloid x square plus y square is equal to 3z. So the limiting conditions are given, and the plane is z is equal to 3. So if we use this cylindrical coordinate system, x is equal to r cos theta, y is equal to r sin theta, and z is equal to z. And in terms of x square plus y square is equal to r square, and y by x is equal to tan theta, then we can find these values easily. Okay. So first part of the paraboloid is given, then limit we put, the draw the element, and then we can solve it. Limits in cylindrical coordinates are in the form of limit of z is given r square by 3 to z, limit of r is given 0 to 3, and limit of theta is given 0 to 2 pi. So in this way, the structure will be like this. The resultant, you can say, paraboloid structure will be like this. So in the cylindrical coordinate, this is r is equal to 3, x square plus y square is the cylindrical equation, and z is given. And we found the value 81 pi by 2. After solving the integration, we got the 81 pi by 2. This is the result, that in that particular limiting conditions, x square plus y square dx dy dz triple integration will be equal to 81 pi by 2. Now, if we present 3D points in spherical coordinate system. So in cylindrical, there is basically the space is you can say in a form of cylinder, but in a spherical coordinate system, the space is around, you can say, a sphere. So a point can be considered as the origin, at the center of the sphere. So we divide three-dimensional space into concentric spheres centered at the origin, and rays are emanating outward from the origin like this, okay, from all directions. So Cartesian point of xyz can be represented as a point in spherical, like r phi theta, right? So r, you can understand, is the distance from the center up to that point on the surface of the sphere, that's the radius. And if we again try to rotate by creating the latitude and longitude on the surface, like the surface of the earth, then we can have this theta for any point from the z-axis. Okay, so this can be 0 to pi, right? So all angles are measured in radius, right? So if we create this small arrangement over here, how to rotate it like this. If we rotate this circle in this manner, then over here we will find a cylinder will come. Okay, so a point will be rotating over here on the surface, creating a small cylinder inside this sphere. So you can understand that angle by which it is rotating, it is phi. Okay, so this is having the value 0 to 2 pi, because it's a complete rotation over here. And we can easily find out that r is the distance of that point, right? And theta is the angle of that position vector of r with the z-axis. Okay, so all these calculations are already, I think, gone through. So converting between rectangular and spherical coordinates is very simple. Spherical to rectangular, we can find x is equal to rho cos phi, r sin theta cos phi, y is equal to rho sin phi, where rho is value is r sin theta sin phi, and z is equal to r cos theta. So in this way, if we represent over this position, the angle change is phi, and the radius is r for the sphere. But this r, actually, if we project on this surface, then we can have value for this rho is equal to r sin theta, and this r cos theta. Rectangular to spherical, if we go, then rho is equal to x square plus y square, x square plus y square plus z square, r value, and tan phi is equal to y by x. So this way we can easily find out the values. Positive octant of a sphere, we can find r to r is equal to 0 to r is equal to a value, theta is equal to 0 to theta is equal to pi by 2, and phi theta 0 to phi to pi by 2. So this is the positive octant. If we create the hemisphere, then the limits will be r is equal to 0 to a, theta is equal to 0 to pi by 2, and phi is equal to 0 to 2 pi, because then it will take a complete rotation. So you can understand that how the things will go if we are trying to convert, not convert, we are trying to visualize the space like for positive octant and for hemisphere. And if we go by spherical coordinated triple integration, then again we will have the triple integration fx y z dx dy dz. But now over here we will put r sine theta cos phi, r sine theta sine phi, r cos theta, as we have already found out here. Okay, so dx dy dz value we can easily put over here in place of that. And the Jacobian dr d phi d phi, the value of the Jacobian is equal to r square sine theta. So this r square sine theta can be put over here. So we can have the resultant triple integration from xyz dx dy dz to the spherical triple integration. The function will be in r sine theta cos phi, r sine theta sine phi, r cos theta, and then r square sine theta dr d phi theta. So this will be the total, you can say, the function. If we can go for one example in a spherical coordinate system, then we will have this very small numerical, like integral 0 to 1, integral 0 to under root 1 minus x square, and integral under root x square plus y square to 1, dx dy dz divided by x square plus y square z square under root. So limits are 0 to 1. Limits are for y is equal to 0 to y 1 under root 1 minus x square, so that it is x square plus y square is equal to 1. And for z it is equal to under root x square plus y square, 2z is equal to 1. That is the equation of the cone, that z square is equal to x square plus y square, that is z is 1. So if we put these values, so this will be the diagram of you can say the whole problem. So this is the cone type of structure, then the values. So limits in spherical coordinates are given. So we'll put all these limits and solve this integration step by step. The value will be pi by 4 under root minus 1. So after solving, because you have to know how to solve the integration. So if you solve it, then easily one by one part of the integration, second part of the integration, third part of the integration, one by one, if you solve, the value will be elaborated and you will get the solution. So this way we can say that spherical and cylindrical space can be visualized. So in our next class, we learn how to have, you can say, the transformation from one system to another, as well as we'll see the use of these integrations in a application mode in engineering in different parts. So we are like in we learn how the gradient will work, how the divergence, and how these values will be accordingly in spherical and cylindrical coordinate system. Thank you.